Welcome back to the Bookshop by the Sea. I'm so excited this week. We've got so many things going on, but firstly I wanted to say just the biggest thank you to everyone who's been sharing and liking and commenting. Some days you have like really busy days in the bookshop and it's beautiful. Some days it was really quiet like today, and I got to go through and read all of your comments and your encouragement on the YouTube videos, and it was so joyful, so thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and it just means the world to me. So, stuff that's happening in the bookshop this week. Okay, we have the Welsh Folk Tales of Coast and Sea, Peter Stevenson book launch tomorrow, so I'm excited about this because he's done a lot of the illustrations himself, and it's got these really cool, let me see if I can show you some of them, like they're really beautiful illustrations, and it's got mermaids and different folk tales going through it. Oh, that's a horse. But he's gone through Wales and made a map of all of the different locations where all of these folk tales have come from all the way around Wales, and there's one based in Aberystwyth, I think. Yes, number 3. There we are, right in the middle. So that's really cool, and a lot of them have women featuring, like Swan Girl and Water, Amelia and the Hell Dog. So there's lots of things like that. So if you're interested, and I think it's available in Welsh as well, but he's also bringing a cellist who's going to kind of do music alongside him telling some of the stories. So I'm excited for that. I mean, what else would you want to do on like a Friday evening than be in a cozy, fairy light filled bookshop listening to folk tales?
Local folk tales of this area and of the Welsh coastline. And actually, it's really lovely that you two are in the audience, Jackie and Pete, because the title track of my EP was actually written when I was living out in Blaenflwydd, overlooking the sea on the cliffs in Blaenflwydd last winter. And so so thank you to you two for helping that song come through. And I'm going to make a start with that. So this is my song, Mesolithic Mermaid, which will make more sense. The title will make a lot more sense once Pete starts talking. But yeah, we're going to start with this song and go into the kind of musical dream realm to start things off. So, American Mesolithic Mermaid.
Yeah, because the heroine of this book, although it's all folk tales, is actually Elsa's Mesolithic Mermaid.
We are swirling in the lava, just a thin skin between you and me. Only seaweed, no more borders. You can't stop the salty sea. Lava burns and lava feeds us, erupting out of stone. Fire meets water, love meets anger, from the depths of earth below.
So if you do want to buy this book or any of the other books that I mentioned in the videos, I'll pop as many links below as possible if I'm recommending something. But I just want to encourage you that if you can, want to support us as a local independent shop, then go through to our website and it will take you through to our bookshop.org. Any book published in the UK, and it will be delivered direct to your door, and that does support us so much, as well as commenting and sharing these videos as well. But it means a lot, you know. I think where we choose to spend our money is important. We're making an investment where we spend our money, and I think that really helped me to change how I think about those things when I wanted to actively be aware of what I was choosing to support. And I know that you can probably get books cheaper and more conveniently elsewhere, and a lot of people come into the shop and ask me, but what about ordering online? Doesn't that kill your shop? And I say no, because I truly believe that bookshops are something magical. There's something sacred. There's a special place where you can come in and browse and maybe find something that inspires you, or maybe you meet an author or somebody like that as well, and that means a lot. I wanted to tell you about some of the ethics that we have in the bookshop. So our tagline for the bookshop is community, connection, conscience, and I really want to the best of my ability, to build my business in an ethical way and to be supporting other small businesses or artists or creatives around the world. And one of the things we do is we donate every month to a charity called Ethiopia Reads. So part of the money from the blind date with the books that we do, that you can buy on our website or our TikTok, which is super cute, part of the money from these goes to a charity called Ethiopia Reads, which is a charity that teaches children to read in Ethiopia, obviously. However, they have lots of little mini projects within that. And one of their projects is for mobile libraries. So this is one man on a horse, and he goes around to villages that don't have access by roads, and he teaches children to read with saddlebags full of books. And I'm really proud that us as a small, tiny little bookshop here are able to also support something that's going on like that. And I think it's really beautiful. It feels like we're twinned up more, and it feels like the world's more connected when we do things like that. And since I was a librarian teaching in children's libraries in other countries, that's something that's really on my heart. So these are super cute. They're also hand stamped. We've got a stamper, actually. I feel like when I was a kid wanting to be a librarian, I'd be pretending to stamp. In fact, if you come into the bookshop, people sometimes ask for the stamp and they stamp their own books, which is super fun. And we hand stamp the outsides, and they're also, this is recycled wrapping paper that's also made by women, and then you get in it has the ethics and things on the back. It says sustainable, ethical, recyclable, and the charities that we support there, and then you get a little bookmark in it too. In fact, this one is designed by a local artist. It's our Fox and Mouse. This is our winter one. And then currently we have another one, which is the Welsh dragon. This is designed by a local artist too, very talented. And she's even hidden Easter eggs from the bookshop. So both the artists actually have hidden different Easter eggs from the shops. So you can see they're actually reading a history of Aberystwyth, and there's a tiny little, they've put on this one, a tiny little owl. So I challenge you, if you can see the owl on that teapot here, when I'm showing you the bookshop, or if you come in person, see if you can see the owl somewhere in the bookshop, because I promise you it's here. So that's just a cute little, let's put the Welsh dragon back in because it's kind of a bit more summery. Yeah, but maybe you can find it somewhere in the shop. I forgot we also have another bookmark. This is the little fox. Can you see this one? This is a fox. This is the Ceredigion, like the Welsh shoreline behind, and he's actually reading Ceredigion. The Bookshop by the Sea is one of the little books, Welsh folk tales. Like, I had the artist put in like different Easter eggs like that, which is super cute. So that's super sweet. And if you fancy, we end up making new bookmarks every few months, and then you can start collecting them all. Beth, who you'll have met last video, she's got like a full collection at home. I think she's the only one. I end up losing them continually and then using scraps of receipts or like a pencil or like anything I can find. Don't ask me. I also wanted to show you a Bookshop by the Sea tote bag that you can order online from our website. Again, this is made ethically, ethical packaging, ethical fabric, ethically made. We don't have everything printed, you know, in a huge factory abroad because of this. These ones, I think half of our stuff is made in the UK and half is in France, and that's because of where we could get it ethically and where the fabric could be made ethically and to high standards as well. And the ink, which you don't really think about, but I was trying to do as much research as I could on it. But we got like extra strong handles that you can put books in here and it doesn't bend or anything, and a little pocket with a zip as well. And you can also buy jumpers with our logo. So our logo was designed by a local person as well, and it's based off Hogusai's wave. If you know that traditional Japanese painting of the wave kind of coming over, we've got ours is like redesigned from that, but with a spray of books. And if you've ever been to the bookshop in person, you'll notice that interestingly on the side of the wall outside the bookshop is a mural done by a local artist of that same kind of giant wave. And it always makes me laugh because the first bookshop that I started here in Aberystwyth in the middle of lockdown was actually flooded. A giant wave came over the top of the roof, went through the roof, and a lot of the books got damaged and broken. So I love that we've now, I feel like when we made the wave of books into the logo, little did we know that it was actually going to happen to the bookshop. But it's all worked out, and now we're in this beautiful space. So everything works together for good, even if you're stuck in the middle of it and you're looking at a ruined bookshop with soggy books, or whatever your equivalent is right now, whatever you're going through in life right now that just feels like something that you love that you've worked towards is no longer working, something that you love that you've worked towards is being washed away, then I just want to encourage you, because in the middle of that is where amazing stuff can grow forth, and you can actually end up building something even more beautiful, or something that will reach even more people. And that's the story of the bookshop. So don't be put off by the wave in the middle. I promise you it will be okay. We just got some new posts that I wanted to show you. So obviously one of my favourite bits is when we get proof copies of books. In fact, this book is due to be published on the 15th of May, When the Cranes Fly South. So this is a Swedish author who's written this book, and it won so many different awards, and now it's being published in the UK, so it's very exciting. And the publishers have sent us through this proof copy, and they send us, often we get pages like this. So these are the different POSs that we can order, like notebooks, bookmarks, posters, a stand-up. And then this sheet has like why we would want to order it, I guess, and somebody's email who we can contact if we want to order more of the books as well, so like different quotes. Apparently it's emotional powerhouse. Ooh. It does look really good, but something that does make me really happy is when publishers are doing stuff like this, when they're doing kind of little extras for independent shops, because it helps us to kind of promote the book and to be able to compete a bit more with some of these other places. So I love it when, my favourite is when they do like a special indie sprayed edge. That's my absolute favourite. But also when I get to read books like this months in advance. My friend Hazel McBride has just written a new romantasy, so if you're into romantasy, her one is published next week, and it features like set in Scotland, strong female main character, enemies to lovers and dragons. So I'll put a link to that one below as well, and I read that one months ago and that's really fun. So that's like a little perk as a bookshop as well, and sometimes we let kind of book club look through the different books as well to be able to see. So yeah, looking forward to reading this one, and I love reading translations as well. So if you have any recommendations for translations, that's one of my goals for this year, is to try and read more translated texts. Oh, in fact, I'll bring you one to show you. This one is the one that we're doing for book club, and this is a translation as well. So this is a translation from Korean, and this is a translation from Swedish, and this one's being published in Welsh and English. And we even at the Poetry Festival are doing a whole workshop on writing and translation, and I think that one's going to be really interesting to kind of talk about that. So if you have any recommendations for translated books, would you put them in the comments, because I would love to kind of stock more of that as well, or anything that you enjoyed. Oh my gosh, I feel like I jinxed us a little bit by talking about the flood earlier, because I've just come outside. Can you see how wet this book is? Not only this one, it has not rained today, not all day, and so we had some books outside in our little reading courtyard. Look at this stunningly beautiful and extremely old. I don't even want to look at the date that it's from, but I do. 1922. This book is 100 years old. I actually think it's going to survive. Better than the paperbacks for sure. See, this is why it's lived till 100 years old, but they're sopping wet. It turns out there was a pipe above. My beautiful books. They've gotten all wet. No. So I won't be putting books underneath the leaking pipe anymore, and we'll try and dry these ones out. Be warned, floods in bookshops and water at bookshops. It's a dangerous business having books in Wales. It's a very wet place to have a bookshop.